talk to me now about this Ocean SUV and mostly the pricing as you aim to undercut Tesla, for example.
Well, thank you, Taylor. One of the big things for me is I've always designed luxury cars for over $100,000, and embarking on this venture to really get affordable mobility on the street, we had to completely rethink the automotive segment. First, the business model. How do we get cars directly from our factory to consumers without all the middlemen? So we have done that via the app. We have developed our own app. That's the first step. Second step, I believe that there's a consolidation happening in the car industry around electric vehicles. Everybody needs partners because nobody at this moment produces millions of electric vehicles. So we have lined up some amazing partners, some very big conglomerates across the world to get lower cost for all the electrical components. So combine that with this very good purchasing power, and the other hand, a completely changed business model. We have been able to put a vehicle together that we can put on the market more attractive than a similar gasoline car, and I think we might be the first to do that.
And you've talked about some of the shifting strategies over time. You were originally looking at a hybrid plug-in. Now you have switched really to a full battery. Why the change?
Well, I think today we have now reached a point where batteries are good enough to give us the 250 to 300 mile range that most people would like to have. And also battery pricing is coming down. Specifically, we have a deal with a very big group where between several brands we share the purchasing power to go out and get batteries at reasonable prices. So we're showing today not just a show car, but actually a fully functional, fully drivable prototype made out of steel with a fully certified, finished, developed battery pack. And what we are showing today is this actually possible by collaboration, by changing the business model to actually put a vehicle to the market for $37,500, which looks probably like a much more expensive luxury SUV, and you wouldn't expect this type of pricing. But that's because we don't have brick and mortar, we don't have a whole bunch of middlemen that has to take a cut before it reaches the consumer. We go straight from our app. We actually have conversations with our customers through the app, so we own what is probably the most expensive real estate in the world, is to actually be on your phone every moment that you are awake. We have access to you, you have access to us. We interchange messages, the latest photos. We can ask you what type of vehicle color you would like.
Right.
We've already started taking orders, and through our fintech platform, we can actually see where the orders are coming from.
You also have a goal of bringing solid state batteries. Experts say we are years away from that. Where are you in bringing solid state batteries?
So solid state batteries are not going to be in the initial vehicle. We are still developing them. We are actually building about 20 batteries a week at our lab, but it's still on lab scale. We have to get them up to high volume production. This will still probably take a couple of years. But the point is we now have hardware where at any point in time we can put in batteries, we can add in software to this vehicle. We are planning through our flexible lease model to actually own this vehicle fleet financed by Credit Suisse and others, and make sure that we own this fleet means that in 5 or 6 or 7 years from now, we keep putting these vehicles back out to the market, so we have a reoccurring revenue, but we also have hardware where we can keep applying the latest software or even other hardware like new battery technologies because we own the fleet.
And you're also talking about a car and an EV model that comes from all recycled materials. Is it really all recycled materials?
Well, not everything, but interior is almost everything. We have all the carpets is made from recycled materials from the ocean, like plastic bottles, fishing nets. We have actually some suede, eco suede, that's made from recycled t-shirts. We use rubber from tire manufacturing, so the waste that goes in there, we're using that as a scuff plate in the back and the trunk. So we are trying to make this vehicle as sustainable as possible, because I think this is where we need to move in the world. We need to take the vehicle, that product, we got to bring that into where we want to go in the future with a clean world. We can't keep on producing vehicles the way we do it today if we want them to be part of our society. if you want to keep private mobility, which I think we all love in the end of the day. It's great that we have car sharing and ride sharing and all that, but in the end of the day, people like their own cars, which means we got to make them more sustainable, more clean, so they can fit into our society.